Hi YouTube, I just wanted to put together a quick video. I want to talk about the day that I threw in the towel, okay? And I want to be very clear here. This is not a poor me video. This is not a sympathy play at all. I'm trying to help you understand my mindset as we sit here with silver sub 20 or floating around 20. I was very fortunate. I had all four of my grandparents very late in life. I lost my one of my grandfathers a few years ago now, and I remember having a conversation with him, and we basically knew that this was it. He was going back down to Florida. They were snowbirds, right? They spent their winters in Florida and their summers in Vermont, and he was ravaged with cancer and Parkinson's. And he was a very talented man. He was a very skilled carpenter. He was very highly sought after, and he actually worked right up until the day he died. Even with Parkinson's, he was able to get the job done. And we're sitting there, and we really never had candid conversations. You know, he was from a pretty guarded generation. And he sat down with me, and he looked at me, and he said, "I can't believe that after a lifetime of hard work, I have nothing to show for it. Nothing. Not a penny. Not a single penny." And he said, "The worst part is your grandmother now has to work until the day she dies." And he was right. She still works at a Publix down there. She's in her 80s. She works in Florida at a Publix, bagging groceries at 80 years old. You know, it's always been a big fear of mine that I would not be able to fund my retirement. And, you know, when you get older like that, you're at your most vulnerable. You know, you don't have the energy anymore to go out there and hustle all day, every day, and working long hours. You know, that should be the time of your life that you're taking your foot off the gas pedal. And there's so many people I work with now who all say the same thing. They just kind of shrug and say, "I'm going to have to work till I die. There's no retirement for me." Now understand, when I say retirement to me doesn't necessarily mean stopping to work. It's working at a job that you don't necessarily want to. It's economic freedom. You guys know what I'm talking about. I work with a lot of people that literally say the same thing. "I'm going to work until I die." It doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be that way. I refuse to give in to that. You know, it's very easy for me right now to make a ton of excuses. I could make a bunch of them. But I'm not going to. My resolve is stronger than it's ever been, and I'm stacking with a purpose because of it. Every morning that I wake up, I hear that clock ticking a little bit louder. I know it's coming, and I know I dropped the ball many times in my life. Okay? And I am absolutely determined that it is simply not going to happen again. You know, I hit the financial reset button 4 distinct times in my life. I will not let it happen again. I won't let it happen again. I remember in 2008, I basically quit. I threw in the towel. Watching all of my assets basically just like dissolve in front of my eyes, I basically threw my hands up. I said, "I'm done. I'm done." I've been banging my head against this wall my entire life. You know, it's funny because just before 2008, I swear to you, it was so funny. You could literally circle it on a chart. I remember sitting down with my wife, and for the first time, I said to her, "We're going to be okay. I think we're going to be able to, have a nice retirement, and I think everything's going to be good from this point." And literally, it just started to fall apart. Lehman happened shortly after that, and it just all fell apart. You know, I take my role as provider for my family extremely seriously. I feel like it's on me, and I felt like a failure. and all the depression and the funk that comes with that. So do I have a story like I hear some others tell about buying stressed assets at the perfect bottom? Nope. Nope. I was licking my wounds and basically having a big pity party. The analogy I used before was I felt like Sisyphus just watching that rock roll down to the bottom of the hill again. So I start buying silver. Clear up the debt and everything else, right? And I start buying silver. Well, silver's been in a downtrend for 2 years. Part of what makes me feel okay is the semi-numismatic coins I've been buying have been holding their value really well. But a lot of others haven't. You know, certainly my Eagles and my Maple Leafs and even my Takus, they haven't really held their value quite as well. You know, I was PMing a friend on YouTube, and he had a great line, and I've been trying to put it like this, and the simplicity of it is brilliant. I basically said, I wouldn't mind if silver stayed down here just below 20 or hovering around this level for 2 to 3 years. And he said, well, are you buying or are you selling? Of course I'm buying. Then why would you want to pay more for something you're buying? Why would you want to pay more for something that you're buying? You know, if you right now, if you said I'm doing a 2-year play and I'm buying in 2011 and I'm going to sell in 2013, go ahead, you know, shake your fist to the sky and curse the silver gods all you want. It didn't work. But for those of us that are stacking, why would you want to pay more for something that you're buying? He's right. He put it perfectly. You know, my resolve is so much stronger. I mean, I'm even thinking about this fall when the kids go back to school, taking on a second job. Anything that you do for extra money, silver is so cheap that anything that you do for extra money will add to your stack so fast it's ridiculous. You can go get a minimum wage bagger job at a grocery store and buy a roll of Eagles a month with it without even trying. Without even trying. And that is why I am stacking with a purpose. Okay? And that's why there will be no more throwing in the towel. And I will never have a conversation with my grandson where I basically have to tell him that after a lifetime of hard work, I have nothing to show for it.